Amanda, and this is Low Key. It's not a podcast. I might even be saying that wrong. I'm going to be honest. It might be Low Key, not a podcast. I don't even know, guys. It's so bad. But anyway, welcome back. So my last episode, I sat down with Dina Damon. And so after each episode, I'm going to sit down and kind of talk about things that I feel like I pulled out of that conversation and maybe like where like I need to grow more in that. And I don't know, maybe talk about some real stuff in my life that other people are going through. Once again, hopefully you can have a laugh at my life. And hopefully if you're not laughing, I'm helping you. So hopefully we meet somewhere in the middle. But anyways, so me and Dina talked a lot about like being a mom and a business owner and like kind of finding your voice and like working with our husbands. I love working with my husband. I'm not going to lie. I always say that I'm a weirdo because I'm like obsessed with him. Not in like that like weird way, but it's kind of weird because I just want to spend every waking second with him. I like get jealous when he like he had a business with somebody else one time, like one of his partnerships were with somebody else, and I forgot, like I just like got mad because I was like, he's always spending time with Isaiah, and I hope Isaiah sees this because he'll laugh because he knows how I am. But I was so annoyed because I was like, he's always spending time with Isaiah. He did his business with Isaiah. I could have done a better job at it. Like I could have helped him run this better. And I used to get like so frustrated because I was just like, literally, I just wanted to be his everything, which we all should know that doesn't work out. You can't be each other's everything, so it doesn't work out, which I did learn quickly. But working with your husband, I feel like it's really hard because it's so much fun. It's also so difficult because you have to make sure you don't bring it in your marriage, which we didn't really even go into a whole lot of that. But I've had to learn that a lot, that like sometimes you have to table conversations at home and it's hard to like cut it off because you're both so passionate and you just love what you do. And I mean, I think owning a business together, I really think can strengthen your marriage and really bring you together. Like I feel like me and Matt, we're passionate about the same thing. Like we can be, because we have the same job. Granted, we have different, like he's more of the videographer and he's behind like actually capturing the content for our media company. But like my ideas and his ideas, it's like we're always thinking of ideas and sharing them together. But it does come to a point, especially when you have kids, I've learned that you have to kind of cut that off. So that's been fun learning that with our daughter and like learning that, you know, sometimes we have to table conversations. The people in our office building, we're not the only people in our office building. So there's there's us in our office. And then we have like, I want to say like 5 or 6 other tenants. Hopefully we'll be having 6 soon, like it'll be fully stacked up soon. We're missing a couple people that we need to fill their leases. But anyway. But we have 5 to 6 people in here right now. And I always laugh because like sometimes I'm like, Matt, no, this is not what we're doing. Like you're doing it wrong. We need to prioritize. Or I'll be like, I don't agree with you. Like I get passionate. So everyone in our office building probably knows what a passionate woman I am because I'm usually crying. I'm usually not complaining, but like bickering at him, telling him my viewpoint and why we need to do this. Or I'm like having a meltdown because someone did something that I was going to do. And I thought, oh my God, I can't do it now. So everyone in our office building probably knows what goes on in our relationship because I'm always yelling it out. And, you know, I used to be like super like, oh, like I can't be like that. That's like, people don't like that. But I've come to learn that, you know what? My passion is what makes me me. And my passion, like people hire our company for me and Matt's passion. They hire it because they know we love what we do. We're passionate about it. We want to do the best thing possible. We love growth. We love watching things grow. And like, I think like, I always think of like a plant. It's like, you don't want to watch the little, like, you get excited when like the little stem comes up through the dirt. You're like, oh, something's coming. And then it gets kind of like slow and boring for a little bit because it's just slowly coming up. But then like, boom, the flower pops out and you're like, wow, like I did that. Like I helped contribute to that. And I think that's like so cool. And I feel like that's kind of like how marketing and like media can be. Like you help these people, you start them out so small. You see a little bit of like, oh, like they're getting traction, they're gaining traction. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's a little steady for a little bit, but then like, boom, like their business takes off, or it's like a video blows up and it's like, wow, like that did really good. And that's going to help their business. They're getting a lot of phone calls. And so that is like our passion with the business, and I love it because we get to do it together, and I think it definitely has helped our marriage grow and strengthen. But at times it can get difficult. Like me and Dina talked about in the video, we talked about how sometimes we hide behind our husband's voice. And I think our world now loves to like be like, oh, like we need to like calm down on masculinity. And, you know, women are sick of being hushed by men, which that's definitely a problem. But, you know, it's like partially like too, like I feel like I have really struggled with, I'm like, oh, he is the man. Like he's the provider. He's the man of the house. Like it's his business. He knows best. Like I'm just an emotional wreck and I don't know what I'm doing. Or I always feel like inadequate almost. And I think the one thing that like through talking through Dina and like one thing that I've really learned like reading through scripture and stuff is that I've just come to the conclusion that, you know, like I have to be confident in who I am and I have to make sure I'm filling myself with the right thing and I know who I am and what I am. And I have to make sure I'm adequate. Like Matt can't do that. He can tell me all he wants, how great I am, the things I do good, like what my gifts and talents are, but it's up to me to make myself feel adequate. And I feel like that's something that I've really learned this past year is that like, sometimes I feel like we put a lot of like when you're doing your business with your husband, it's like I'm gonna hide behind him, and then you get in this like mood where you get stuck almost that you're like, okay, I'm just gonna like hide, but then it comes to a point where you're passionate about something or you have something on your heart that you want to do, and then it's like, okay, well I can't rely on them, like they can't do this for me. Like I've always really struggled because I always feel like I just like have this like urge to always just like say what I feel or say what I think, or like I don't know. I feel like I see my struggles and I look at them as like, if I'm going through this, I might as well as like tell somebody about it because like we all struggle and maybe it can help somebody out of it. But I always feel weird because I'm like, I always think in the back of my head like, oh, well maybe people will be like, no, that's like kind of a turn off, like, or she talks too much or she's too loud. I've had so many people, I can't even tell you, so many people tell me she's a lot. And I can't tell you how much that has like cut to my heart every time. And people don't realize what they're saying. They don't mean it. But by hearing that over and over again, not that like someone's walking up to me every day saying that, but I've heard it enough where it's almost made me be like, okay, I need to hide behind Matt, or like Matt needs to be the logical, steadfast, sturdy rock of a man that he is in the business. And I need to just be like his little assistant. But the truth is, if I'm being honest, I don't have the personality for that. And Dina definitely is like me. That's why we love talking, because we have very similar personalities. We don't have the personalities to just sit back because our personalities are loud and we need to embrace that and be passionate about what we love and be passionate about people because we're both passionate about people. So that's definitely one thing that like I got from doing that podcast with her. And another thing is health and fitness. And I've used Dina's business. I've attended her classes and I'm actually doing now, like I have my own gym that I'm doing stuff that she's helping me with workouts in my own gym. And like I've learned that I'm learning how important like your physical health is because it literally helps your brain. I feel like you can't run a business, you can't be a mom, you can't be a wife, you can't like run successfully if you're not taking care of yourself physically. And I had a really bad birthing of our daughter, and it was not the great. I mean, I'm sure people have had way worse experiences than I've had, but my birth story was not a great first birth story. And I'm like sitting back and recently I had a medical thing happen that they had to give me a stronger prescription because of me having sepsis from delivering my daughter, that it's like I had to take a stronger medicine. So like I would, because I'm at risk for that again. And there's just different things that happen that I'm like, oh, wow, like I really need to build up my immunity. I really need to take care of myself. I need to make sure I'm eating healthy. I need to make sure I'm being active so that it clears my brain and helps me think clear. And I think it was so good talking to her because I feel like we overlook it so much. And I feel like she was saying, we all want that easy fix. And I'm definitely someone that like, I just want to snap my fingers and like, I have this, I don't know about you guys, but I have this image in my head of what I want to look like. It's just like, in my imagination, I'll probably never look like it because it's probably so unrealistic, but who knows? Maybe we'll get there one day. But I have this unrealistic, like, expectation that in like 2 months I'm gonna be like back to my high school weight of like, I think at one point in high school I was like 105, and it's like that's like so unrealistic like for me. And like, is that honestly like a healthy lifestyle? And is it a realistic lifestyle? And I love talking to her about that, because I feel like sometimes we're just like we're not realistic with our lives. We look at these people on social media and it's like their perfect little schedule. And like me and Dina were talking about, like, we don't have perfect schedules. Like when you have a toddler, it's hard to have this perfect schedule of they sleep at this time, they wake at this time. And don't forget, teething messes up that sleep schedule too. And my daughter's starting to she's starting to want to drop her nap off, and we're really pushing for her to keep that at least an hour nap. And then it's like sometimes you forget to eat, because I love to forget to eat lunch, and then I feel dizzy and I have a headache, and I love coffee and I'm addicted to coffee and I want to make sure I get my coffee in. But then if I don't eat, I feel sick all day. And it's like, I had a last minute appointment with a client, or my babysitter canceled last minute. And there's so many different things that mess with our schedule. And sometimes it's so hard to like have that set schedule. And I think sometimes, like, especially I know I do, I'm so bad at putting this unrealistic expectation of we are going to wake up at this time and we're going to do this and we're going to do this and we're going to do this. And I forget that I have a kid. I run a business. I want to be involved in my church. I want to have friends. I want to go out to dinner with people. Birthday parties are starting to happen now. Christmas is going to be coming up soon, and Thanksgiving and all the holidays, and family comes in, and it's like, then you just get out of your system and you're like, oh my God, like, what do? I can't do this. It's too much. And I think just like starting and doing it and just telling yourself, I'm going to do this. And I know for me, so to end this podcast on an actionable thing that I'm going to do is that starting here on out today, I'm going to make sure that I at least show up for myself every day. I'm going to make sure that I do 3 things every day to make myself the person and the best version of myself, so I can be the best version for my daughter, the best version for my husband, the best version for my business, and the best version for myself is I want to wake up and make sure that I'm reading my Bible. Even if it's 1 scripture a day, I want to make sure that I'm doing that with my daughter. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Keep me accountable. Check in on me. I want to make sure that I am eating 3 meals a day and drinking lots of water. I'm so bad at drinking water. I could live off of coffee. If you would let me, or if someone would let me, and if I had enough money to go to Starbucks 10 times a day, I would just live off of coffee. Truth is, I love it. And I feel like I've done better with like the sugar drinks. I don't even get that much sugar drinks anymore, but I love coffee. And then the third thing is making sure I at least walk or do some type of movement or exercise every day. Even if it's me and my daughter, I love, like, me and her do yoga together. And she's actually really good at, like, she actually pays attention and does it. And she actually does the moves pretty good. But sometimes I'll, like, sit back and just let her do it and help her do the moves. But I think me actually doing them would make her, too, more adamant about doing the moves, too, with video. So whether it's me and her doing an exercise video together, I joined a dance class, an adult dance class. It's not a stripper pole. It's just a fun dancing. It's nothing bad. It's not, I feel like when I say adult, people are like, oh, like adult. It's nothing like that. It's just me having fun. There's older people, everyone in there is older than me. I'm the youngest one in there. But it's just fun, a way to get moving and making sure I'm moving. So making sure I'm doing all those 3 things every day. That is my actionable thing I'm going to do after doing this podcast with Dina. And I invite you to join along with me. I invite you to tell me about it, how it's going for you. And if you have any input on this, I would love to see in the comments. This is not a place to like bash people. So please, if someone comments something that they think is helping them, please do not come at them. We want to be nice here. I know social media, we love the drama. I love the drama. I watch Love Island. I watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, or I don't know, something about Mormon wives. I love that show too. So I love drama, but let's make this a place of actually bettering ourselves. So I invite you to join along my journey, and I'm looking forward to talking to you in the next podcast.